So from the Gemara, my or. So what is or? I mean, seemingly or would be a simple answer. I mean, I would say or is a day. You know. Rav Huna Amar Negi. Negi is light in Aramaic. And Rav Yehuda Amar Leili. The nighttime. The Rebbe Kiveger here is Messiah over in was it Erevin or somewhere, or Yoma? Oh no, it's in Truma. It's in the Mishnah where they're talking about Leili. It says Leili and Nehagi, as opposed to being something else. But that's how the Gemara here is taking it. That you have Negi would be the day and Leili is the night. Now here, Da'ikar is the Gemara saying the Havamina. So there's a Havamina in the Gemara that the man to armor Negi is Negi Mamish. So Negi Mamish will mean it's the daytime. Uman to armor Leili is Leili Mamish. So the Gemara is saying that there's a Havamina in the like Savura Barabanim, or that in the Beis Midrash in the where they're discussing this, they're holding that when he says Negi means Negi Mamish, so therefore Rav Huna holds the day and Rav Yehuda holds the night. So we're going to have all these meisveis because everything looks like or is day. We're going to have these meisveis on Rav Yehuda because he holds it as nighttime. But or Pashtus or is the daytime. Again, this my or is meaning what is the or that's in the Mishnah. Now Rashi here. Haki Garsinen. That's when he has a Haki Garsinen, obviously something's going on. Da'ikar man damer Negi Mamish Kashir Hashachar Shachar Shel Yodalit. So that will be Alas Hashachar of the 14th. And you have to know the difference between Alas Hashachar and Nates and Shkia and Seis. Alas Hashachar is when these are Krepi Skola, when the rays of the sun are directly hitting the earth, but there's very little light. And Nates is basically where the whole is where you can actually see the sun. So it's not the rays of the sun you're seeing the sun itself. See the ma'or as opposed to just the or. But again, you get very little ors. But from Olas until Nates is a general. Everything gets a lot brighter, and then at the time of Nates, everything's very bright, but Olas is really quite dark. And the nighttime is Shkia, when the sun sets. Obviously, things are still bright because the sun has just gone over the horizon. And then Seis is a machlokas as to whether it is when the stars come out, which would be it's still light, and you can just see some of the stars. So it'll be halachic sites, or you have it's completely dark. It should be like Rabbeinu Tam, and all the stars are out. Now, here we have Kashiyor Hashachar Shachar. So this is Olas Hashachar on the 14th. That would be Negi Mamish. So the man to Amr Leili Mamish lo Garsin to Havada Leili hu Mamish. So for sure. So here. We have so Katzakataicha demand to Amar Negi Mamish, demand to Amar Leili Mamish. So Rashi takes out the second half here, because in the Maskana, we drop this idea that Negi is Negi Mamish. It's a type of they call it Nagi Sahur, that when you call a blind person, it's called Nagi Sahur, which means somebody who can see very well. So a Negi Mamish is like a ironic terminology. So therefore, in the Maskana, Leil is still Leil Mamish. So when you say or, it means the Laila. So there's a so then Rashi just takes that out. Yeah? Simple, because in the Maskana, we're just saying, in the Maskana, he doesn't hold a Negi Mamish. That's not true in the Maskana. However, in the Maskana, it's true that's Leili Mamish. Toisvus, Lo Nakatzakataicha Elamisham Manda Amar Negi. That's the first guy. That's Rav Huna. The Lo Kai Haki Agavorcha, because in the Maskana he doesn't hold by this. And Agavorcha Naket Nami Leili Mamish. So we also say Leili Mamish Misham Haki Ein Lishabesh as Safarim. We shouldn't say it in the end. We shouldn't Shibush has Safarim. So Shibush has Safarim means like we're gonna mess up the Girsa. So he's saying Rashi says we should change this gear, so take out this gear. So Taisa says no, it's just a derech, it's just the way, it's a lav davka. It's just lav davka that he changes in the maskana. However, this whole thing, because it's just because of the negi mamish. So clear. So Rashi says to get rid of this part of the girsa, and Taisa says no, it's agav urche. Okay, simple maklokas Rashi Taisvus. Now in the tzlach, do you know who the tzlach is?
No.
The tzlach is the oh, I've forgotten that. What's his name? It's the Landau, who is the Noide Yehuda. So then here the tzlach is Tziyun lenefesh hachaya. So that's the tzlach. So here he is, says Kazakotaichu. Ein Rashi shkatav to lo garsinen lefian istaiti nira lekama girsa. So now Tosis isn't really arguing on Rashi. He's saying you shouldn't do it, but Rashi's not wrong. He's not making a mistake. It's just don't change the girsa because of it. Now here, Nodabi Yehuda is saying that it's Take has made a mistake because you should have the girsa. The maskana lav hayinu lele mamish, because it's not lele mamish. What does lele mamish mean? V'hine Iran v'tana kasav v'shem arrived. It's going to come important later on. The lekach tani or sheyakdim had bedika ba'od yesh or ktsas. So that why does it say or? Because Taki, you need the or for the bedika. Mavor b'magan Avram shehu koidem tzeis hakochavim. So Taki is saying or leili mamish is tzeis hakochavim. We're going to see in the Gemara it says hakochavim. So here the Nodabi who is saying that it's Taka lifnei tzeis. It's the or will mean that it is bein hashmoshes. He himself will go, and we're going to come back to this tzlach. But basically to Mekayim the Girsa, so it's not like Rashi or Tosis. Tosis is just saying it's Orche, because we're like it in the end. There's going to be a halachic nafkamina. Will come out at the end. That they basically when do you do? So according to Tosis, let's say when do you do a bedika when it's davka nighttime? But according to as the Ran he brought that you have to do the bedika after shkia. Because it has to be or. Tosis say no, it's leli mamish. Meisvei, a boker or v'ha'anishim sholchu. So this is the story of Yosef and the brothers chasing after Binyamin at the end of was it Miketz? So the way learning it here, Alma or Yamahu. A boker or kazakadaka the hakikamor v'la boker hayinu or climber shishmo or shahanashim shalchu. So the boker, the morning, that is called or, and the men or shalchu. So here basically we're going to have the basic shakvatar in the Gemara is that or as a noun does that mean day or night? Everyone will agree that or as a verb will mean to lighten or give light. But as a noun, is it going to be, this is what they're saying here, that what is or as a noun means day, and or as nice means nice. So the noun of nice. So, Anashim Shochu Alma or Yomahu, Mikasiv Ha-or boker, Ha-boker or doesn't mean that the morning, Ha-or boker, that the light is morning. The morning lit up. Here it's a verb, kativ. Command to Amar, Tzafra Nahar. Like the morning, like they say that the morning, the Tzafra is the morning, and Nahar is it made light. So mi kativ hoke or de lishmiya v'lo or hayinu boker doesn't mean that the or tavka is the boker. De tlimi de timse loimer de or shem doverhu. So shem doverhu is a noun. V'kari boker or a boker or kativ. So here Rashi's saying that it's not a noun. We're saying that it's a noun and therefore it has to be in the morning. A boker or kativ hi or lav shem doverhu. See, or is not a noun. Ela haboker ha'ir. It's a verb. Anashim shalchu command to Amar Tzafra Nahar. V'lefi darko, and if, according to its way, limidach hakasav, the pasuk is teaching you derech eretz. My Yosef, just from Achi Yosef and the brothers of Yosef, hemtinu ad she'ir hamizrach. They waited until the mizrach was all light. So again, there has to be nates because at Olos it is still very dark. K'derab Yehuda aval or shehu shem davor eina ela laila. But it's the or that or you see here aval or that is a noun that is laila. So that's how we're answering up for Rav Yehuda. Because we're saying, is it a noun or is it a verb? He says, no. So we're saying that this pasuk, it's a noun, and in the teretz we say, no, it's a verb. Uked Rav Yehuda Amarav, Damar Rav Yehuda Amarav, La'oila mikenes adam bekitov, yetze bekitov. So kitov is, or v'yar ha'or kitov. So La'oila, he should enter bekitov, and he should exit bekitov. So you have to leave, you have to enter in the morning or in light time and go out in the nighttime. So when you're leaving, so don't travel at nighttime. So what exactly is this? Uked Rav Yehuda Amarav. What is this saying? So Toises Rav Yehuda lo kai amai de meshani keta amar safar nahar. So if you just said that command to amar safar nahar means that the morning is getting light. Doesn't mean the morning is light. It means the morning is getting light. So it says that this Rav Yehuda is not connected at all to the Safar Nahar. It's not connected. Eila milta b'apei nafshehi. It's its own thing. Milta b'apei nafshehi. Umafarish ma hishminu ha'posuk l'chuliyama. So what's the chiddush of the posuk? So what's the posuk telling us? That the boker. Who cares about the boker? Yeah, so the Tosh is saying the chiddush is like Rav Yehuda. That's what the pasuk is telling us, that you should travel when it's hayotze derech. He kanes arvit lebeis malon. He should enter in the arvit time to his hotel. But achama zerech is while it's still shining. V'lamachar yamtim ad haneitz achama. And tomorrow he should wait until nates. Right, until nates. We saw that was the here ha-mizrach when he was sending his brothers. Shahir ha-mizrach, so that's nates. V'yetze, va'az toivlo, she'or toivlo. It's good for him because the light's good for him. Shenemar betov ki tov, v'ma ha'i toiva, what is so good about the light? Mepnei hachiyos and mepnei halistim. Because the chayos and the animals go away. They attack people at night and another thing. And the listim, they attack people at night as opposed to the people that attack during the day. The listim tend to attack at nighttime, so therefore there's less. Now here in the Gilin Shas, Rashi in Yoima, Rashi says Yotzi Yachid is to do with is mipnei hamazikin, and here Tosis is Rashi saying mipnei haches, mipnei listin. Not sure exactly what it might come up later, but not sure exactly what it's a different case there. But you can ask the question: why is Rashi changing here to hachias and listim when Tosis, when over there Rashi says hamazikin? Now the chayra. There's no real machlokas between Rashi and Tosis here, no?
I mean, he just had to be firmer than his grandfather, but scared of Mazikin instead of...
No, that was himself. Rashi himself says Mazikin over in Yoima. But here Tosis, but Tosis just says that the Kitov is nothing to do with the Safar Nahar, the Ukadar Pashas of the Gemara here. Command to Amr Safar Nahar. It's just like the man that says Safar Nahar. Uketa Rav Yehuda. What's like Rav Yehuda? The Pashas of the Gemara is that this answer is like, this boker or is like the Rav Yehuda, whereas Tosis is saying it's Be'afei Nafshe. So, in the this is the Marsha, Parish Rashi. Mefarshu Nira, Dahashta de Mefarshla, command to Amr Tzafar Nahir. So now, since we're going like the man who says that the morning's getting hayinu ad shahayer hamizrach, right? That's nates, okay? Because again, if it's not nates, it's not going to help for the listim and the chiyus. Now at nates at alas hashachar, it will help for the mazikin, because the mazikin is like they have no reshus beyond. They don't have a reshus during the day to attack people, and it's daytime already. But at night time. So ad sheira mizrach. Therefore, davka you need it for the mizrach, and the davka he has to change to chiyas. But lo me'amud hashachar. It's not from amud hashachar. So Moshe is saying here in Rashi, because we're going that the safra here, the morning's getting light. You're not going to say the morning's light at amud hashachar. Because there's no light. It starts to see something, but you can't see anything. It's not light. It's not day. So again, if you go to Nate's or whatever, when you go out to Nate's, it's pretty dark. It's not like pitch dark, but it's pretty dark. And when you come out of Nate's or whatever, it's so bright. So Havalek to Rav Yehuda. So that's like Rav Yehuda the Yetza Adam Bekitov. The hayinu mi netzachama. What does kitov mean according to Rav Yehuda? He holding from netzachama. Masha ein kein kedeboy the meimer miikara. It's not what we were thinking originally. The or shem davar here. Since it was a shem davar hayinu yamama, that it was daytime. Havalei mamad shachar. Because if or is a noun and it means day, so therefore it would have to be that you're going out from mamad shachar. So therefore, it would not be like Rav Yehuda. You can't say to Rav Yehuda, because if we're still in the Havamina here, that boker or is nothing like Rav Yehuda, because Rav Yehuda says leave it nates, whereas here the boker or it's dafka keneged Rav Yehuda, because Yosef is sending out the brothers at Amud Shachar, and Rav Yehuda says that you should leave at nates. So it's nothing like this. So Rashi's saying no, dafka because hayinu, that hayinu hach. It's because of that the day it's a verb. Since it's a verb, therefore it's not talking about Amud Shachar, it's talking about nates. K'diafilim mikro the Ezra the Amud Shachar Yomhu Rav Yehuda lo kamor hachi ele minetzachama kenir mefirshu v'toisvus lo kosvu kain. But Toisvus doesn't hold of all this shenanigans. So there's a nice maklokes Toisvus there. So what this. Even here, obviously, they're arguing as to what the Rabbi Yehuda the having Muskana, but there it's according to Rashi, it's mamish hand in glove. Meisvei. Oh, we have the Yikanos Bekitov. Oimeri the Beperka Koines. Mashma de Tam have Mishom Mezikin. So the reason why should you be going in Kitov is because of Mezikin. The mapik le hasem lo teitze ish mi pesach beito. What's this posuk lo teitze mi pesach beito? Is the night of the Makkos Bokorus, and God's coming. He's going to smite everybody, so everyone has to stay at home. So the whatever's out there isn't going to get you. V'kro mishom mazikin ka mahazir. So therefore, the posuk is saying, don't go out of your house because of the mazikin that are right there. The mafkina minei hasam kevin shenitan reshus lemashkis, because since the mazikin are given permission to attack, therefore it's not going to be mavkin, and therefore you got to stay home. Therefore so we're learning over there in Perchakonis Bava Kama. It's mashma that the reason that you can't go out, that the yikin is why are you entering a bekitov? Why do you have to do that? Because don't be at nighttime because of the mazikin. So therefore, even when you're exiting or entering your own city, you have to be careful. To go out bekitov, because even if you go out in the middle of the night, then you have the problem of mazikin. So therefore, if you're in your city, you should be exiting. It says yikanes bekitov v'yetze bekitov. It should be v'yetze bekitov v'yiknes kitov, because you go out of your city first rather than go in. Hayinu mishom de'orchet the Gemara lemikahachi, because the Gemara always does it this way. Kamo metafis v'oilo matvis v'yor. This is about going into a bore, and it says that you basically climb into you climb out of the bore and you climb into the bore. How you climbing out of the bore, in the bore first? Perak Aisa Pasim, so to in Erevin, the bore was there. But Teneket Alea Techila, Teneket coming out first, Ubeperak B'Mamad Likin, Bain Hashmoshus, Geherifayin. So Ben Hashmoshus is like the blink of an eye. Ze Nichnas V'Ze Yoitze. So that enters and that goes out. And it says, no, the day goes out first, and then the new day comes in. How can the day come in, and then the day go out? So Vakasha had Darish Rav Yehuda had Drasha Gufa Mikro Achrina. So now we got two Pesukim telling me the same thing. So I Rav Yehuda, so Rav Yehuda himself, he drashens that specific pasuk, this whole din from a different pasuk. To lo tetzim beperach hakoine. So that's the pasuk we had above, which is in Pesach. We're taking the pasuk. Oimer Rashba. The tzrichi trei kroi. So Rashba says, no, we need two pesukim. A boker or tzrichi le'ir acheres. A boker you need for a different city. And even where you're not worried about the mazikin, why are you not worried about the mazikin? So when you're more the mazikin are a problem for one person, but when there's more than one person, then there's no issue of mazikin. And since there's no issue of mazikin, so with 11, because he got the 11 brothers, so therefore we're not worried about the mazikin when he sent them out. So therefore this ki tov that we're learning here is nothing to do. So what's it? V'tam mipnei ha Pesachim, that you have boros, you have holes, that when the person is entering a new place, so then he doesn't know where all the holes are, so he can't go in at the nighttime. The crow the lo tetzu itzrich leiro umepnei hamazikin, and the pasuk we have at the time of Makas Bochoros, lo tetzu, you need it for his own city, and even because of the mazikin, because if he's a single guy in the mazikin, he can't leave his city in the middle of the night because of the mazikin, but he can leave because of he knows where all the potholes are and all the roads and all the things that he can fall into in the city. He knows them. So just like if you are if you're in your house or you're in your bedroom in the middle of the night and it's pitch black, you know where your bed is and you know where your furniture is because that's where you live. So therefore, those things are not going to be a bore to you, and you can navigate around them. However, if you're in someone else's house and it's completely pitch black, you haven't a clue what you're up to. So according to this Teretz Tosfos, this last Teretz Tosfos, you don't need all the stuff that we said before about because when you're leaving, if it's because of that you're going to fall into something, so then when you're leaving your city, you don't have to worry about it. If you're going out of your city with a few people, let's say there's 10 people, you're in a group of 10 people leaving your city, you're not going to fall into the traps because everyone knows where they are. And therefore, it's only when you enter into a new place at the end of your travels and you don't know the new place, therefore it's nichnas and yotze, that the order is correct. If we're talking about the Pesachim, it's only if we're talking about the mazikin is the order a question there according to Tosfos. Yeah, so Rashi says that the reason is because of the chayos. The chayas and the listim, mipnei chayas and mipnei listim, and he doesn't talk about the mazikin. And Tosfos is saying it's because of the Pesachim and the mazikin. So again, it could be that Tosfos is learning, Rashi is learning those things because those things go away at Nates and not at Olas, whereas Tosfos is learning Olas, and therefore the chayas are still going to attack you at Olas Shachar. Yeah, because the chayos don't know that halachically it's now changed to a new day, but because there's not much light out, it's still going to attack you. So Tosfos can't learn that here. So the tam, the tam, even when you have a lot of people, that there's no problem of mazikin. So then it's the Pesachim, but Rashi is learning since it's nates, so therefore, yeah, he's learning a different pshat there. So Meisvei is the next case. v'ka'or boker yizrach shemesh. So like the light of the morning, it will shine the sun. So this is David basically saying that what's going to happen in the next world. The light, comparing the light of this world to the next world. Boker boker hashta mashmalan deshem davarhu. So again, we're learning that it's a noun. Achikamar David v'kaor zeh, like this light. V'kaor, which is boker, that will then that's how the sun. So the light of the sun is how it will shine in the next world. Or zeh dahinu boker kain yizrach shemesh letzadikim. The sun will shine for the tzadikim sheyetzu ma'afleihin leolam haba. Go out of their darkness in the next world. So we're talking about that the or boker. Alma or yamamahu. So it's again the light of the sun. So it's a noun. Mi kativ or boker, v'ka or boker kativ. If it said or boker, you'd be right, the or of the sun, but it says v'ka or boker. And here we're going to say basically that the chaf is like a kasher, the hakikamor, and just like the morning in this world, that's how it's going to be, and the sun for the tzaddikim in the olam haba. So, the morning sun here, let's say Nates, will be like Amud Shachar in the next world. So you have the like the strong sun here will be the beginning of the sun there. Mikativ or boker dahinu shem davar. Ka or boker tiv ein zeh shem davar. It's not a noun. Ila kameir. Again, it's a verb. Shel boker yizrach shemesh ka shematchil boker laha'ir. As it begins, so just like the sun begins belamazeh, behu chashich va'afol, and that's still darkness here, but alos hashachar, noige knizrach shemesh shel achshav. So that the in this world the alos hashachar in this world is dark. That will be light like Izra Shemesh Shel Achshav. So the nates of now will be like the alos hashachar then. So basically saying that the sun's going to be, again, sun is just talking about revelation, that the revelation in the next world will be much greater. So in our alos hashachar, that we have revelation, but the revelation of the sun is extremely dark. But when we have the sun in its glory, so then that's going to be. So Rashi is saying that it's the or there here is nates. Because the sun will be greater. Right. So this is the ikar drasha here, that alos hashachar in the time of the next world will be like neitzachama now. So Tosfos says something completely different. Parish being the time hayinu ad chetzi hayom. So what's kaor boker? It's obviously the sun is at its greatest at midday. Midday is when the sun is directly up in the sky. So at midday is the most powerful part of the sun. So Rabbeinu Tam is saying it's not nates, it's midday. That into the 6 hours is called boker. Ka'ein zeh, like this, you will have the techilas is riechas shemesh. The beginning of the shemesh like neitzachama letzadikim letzid lavo. So Tosfos is learning that our midday will be like nates, and Rashi's learning that our nates will be like alos hashachar. So they could just be talking about two different things, and they're not arguing, but they're arguing on Isa drasha on the pasuk. Now there is a question, but now the next meisvei is vayikra Elokim leor yom, that God called the day leor yom. Now this would seem to be the poshet pasuk, and they ask, why don't they bring this as the first pasuk? So there's a Pnei Yehושע explains why we didn't ask why the pasuk of Yosef and his brothers was the best pasuk to ask from, and we didn't bother asking from Bereshis, the first pasuk in Bereshis. So Ikir Ploktaiku, the Rav Huna and Rav Yehuda, Hayinu be'inyan habedika le'or haner. So we'll see later on in Ches that this is where they're arguing. Ikir bedika le'or haner mi mitzia mi mitzia. It's a mitzia from finding. Dechtiv haka lo yimitze bebaisech. You won't find it in your house. And it says there v'chapesh begadol achel hachel b'katim kala v'yimitze v'chipush meneros. So there's Pesachim we'll see later, and they're finding and v'yimitze v'chapesh is with candles. V'imka b'haikro gulfa dechtiv a boker or v'anashim shochu ketiv basrei v'chipush v'yimse. So here is the pasuk Gimel, a boker or vanishim shalchu, and then Yud Beis v'yichapesh begadol hachel uvakatim kila v'yimatzeh hagavia ba'amtecha b'binyamin. So since over there on Ches we're learning these words of chapesh and matzeh are to do with candles, so therefore over here imkain mashma dahai chipush gufa nami benerus. So here Taka in this pasuk 12, they were doing this with Neros because it has our key Gezer Shavu words, Chapash and Matzah. So because of that, they're talking using candles when they're checking out their stuff. How do they check the sacks of the brothers? With candles. Even though it's Or HaBoker, Alma de Bahai Shaisa Nami Shaykh Bedikas Neros. So therefore the whole pasuk is coming from this, because this is Davka. We're showing here that this is Or and it's Bedikas Neros, and this is why this is the day, because if it's the daytime I don't need Ner. Why are we looking for Ners? Because of it. So here the Pnei Yeshua is answering why we didn't just ask the first, because again the Pashas is V'ikar Lakem Le'or Yom, that's just the Pashas of where we know it from.